Hey,
Ben, is
Tim.
that you?
Tim. Hi, Tim. Tim
Hi, Ben.
Forcade. How you doing?
Doing well.
Yeah?
I'm doing well. Adjusting.
Yep. Well, the sun is shining today. That's been great
Yeah.
so far. Well, yeah, it's really good to see you.
Yeah, and you. Yeah, it is.
Well, thanks for participating in this little project, at the Lawrence Art Center, since we're closed down like much of the rest of the world. You know, providing content, that can be available to anybody. And one idea was, chatting with fellow artists, and project is called Artists and the Art That They Live With. And so you are an artist, and a really good one.
Oh, thanks.
And I bet you have some interesting things in your house. But what did you want to share with us today?
Okay. I want to share a painting that has a pretty long story attached to it, but you can edit me. But it's by a man named Richard Saba, who I've known since I was a teenager. We used to see each other in New York. We studied in different places, but we shared a lot of the same interests, and I mean interests beyond just either being artists, which we were, and also studying painting, which we did. But outside of all that, I mean, it's gotten into all kinds of things, from how to frame a picture to Soren Kierkegaard. I don't know. So anyway, he's a very dear friend, and we have an open channel that has been like that for decades. And we send each other our work daily, sometimes weekly, sometimes daily. It just depends on how fast it's coming.
Right.
He does these huge abstract expressionist paintings, and I do what I do, whatever the hell that is. So anyway, so here is a painting that I recently got from Richard. It's acrylic on canvas. It's about 2 by 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what's really so fascinating about this, and what actually caused me to want to acquire a physical piece from Richard, is that for years and years and years, we've been sending pictures back and forth. And for years and years, there's been some question as to the color quality, the surface quality, all the other things that are implicit in the work itself.
Yeah.
But that don't come across when you're looking on a screen. And many artists obviously know that. But so anyway, to make a long story boring, what I did was we figured out a trade, because his paintings are very expensive. And so I traded him a camera, and which, partly in frustration from all the years of looking at lousy color, stuff that was out of focus, stuff that was almost impossible to tell what was going on. I would color correct the work, send it back to him and say, is this right? Anyway, so what this is part of an ongoing dialogue that we have around what essentially, and I actually said this morning, is drilling in the same dirt, where he's a painter and I'm a whatever, and we are working in many ways in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes this painting very, very important because of our relationship, but also because of the relationship that the painting points to around work, and specifically around the idea of figuring out a way to present something that has realistic components, but also is abstract. So it puts you in this place of uncertainty, this place of not understanding exactly what you're looking at. And that being suspended is what is at the core, I think, of both of what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So this picture is, I could go on. Do you want me to go down and show you the second one?
Yeah, you've got another piece by him?
I do. Let me do that.
All right. I'm going to hit pause while you walk down.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
So this dialogue that Richard and I have had for all these years is constantly causing us to, I think, deepen the issues around our work and to help define it. I mean, to find somebody that's willing to talk to you about your work is, boy, talk about needle in a haystack. I mean, that's just almost impossible. And to find somebody that's, again, drilling in the same soil that's willing to talk to you is even rarer. And so this picture resulted from his latest painting that he sent along, and he sends high resolution pictures. And I said, well, you know, this one just knocked me flat because of the issues around the way it points to something almost photorealistic and places it within a context that is entirely abstract. And that, again, that balance I find absolutely fascinating. But the light in this one just blew me away. And I just had to see this in a reflective form. I had to see it with light bouncing off of it instead of light passing through it. And so I got his permission to print it. And so now the dialogue is really, really starting to expand. In other words, it's kind of like I don't have one picture of Richard's. I have every picture of Richard's. And I have this sense of what he's doing and how it relates to what I'm doing. And it's ongoing, and it's absolutely lovely. It means more than I can possibly say.
Great. Yeah, I can definitely see that that dance between the real and the abstract that I think of your work and how you talk about your work is definitely there. And what a treat to have somebody like, what's that expression you used? You know, digging in the same soil, digging in the same. That's a great one, and layered in there that he's been a friend of yours for so many years. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, Tim, this has been great, and I'm glad to see you, and glad to know about this artist, friend of yours. So yeah, I think that's it. Let me see your face again.
Okay.
That's what everybody.
It hasn't changed. I know. I know. As much as you may wish, it just hasn't changed. Do you want to know more about Saba? Is that part of the deal, or what?
We will. We'll have that on the website. So this recording will be on the website, and we'll have a bio and a link to his stuff and yours.
Yeah, because Richard's a hot shoe. I mean, he's the real deal. You know, he basically moved to New York, was with Albrecht Emmerich Gallery, or I think Albrecht, I can't remember, for all these years. And so he's known John Cage and Chuck Close, and I mean Meredith Monk, you know. And he doesn't, the way, what's interesting, and I know I'm kind of over detailing, but the interesting part of this is that he doesn't drop them. They have just, I've found out about this over decades of dialogue, you know. But I think you might get a kick out of his resume. He's got a real resume.
That's great. Yeah,
not
definitely.
like the rest of us. Let's speak for myself, I guess.
Well, so, yeah, we'll have all of that on the webpage when this is all put together and dressed up. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, man. It was great to see you.
Okay. Take care of yourself.
Take care, Tim.
Bye.